Okay, councillors, we appear to have a quorum, so I'll commence the meeting. I begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land and paying my respects to their elders, both past and present. Councillor Hesse and Councillor De Cruz, can I just test whether you can hear me okay?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes,
Thank
I can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. Apologies for tonight's meeting. Are there any apologies, councillors?
Other than the ongoing one for Councillor Porteous. No.
Yes. Notice of webcasting for the benefit of the one registered speaker that I think we have tonight. We like to let you know at the beginning of the meetings that these proceedings are recorded and in the public domain. So you need to be aware of the legal ramifications of any comments that you might make. Disclosures of interest, councillors. Are there any disclosures?
Councillor Byrne?
Yes.
Just one on item 11, which is the notice of motion parking on the Princes Highway. One of the businesses that is there is my family vet, and they originally approached me for some advice before I referred them to Councillor Macri in his role as our traffic committee chair.
Right.
So it's a non-pecuniary, non-significant.
Very non-significant. Okay, thank you very much for that. Councillor Lockie has made that declaration. Are there any other disclosures? There's no further disclosures. Councillor Steer will move the adoption of that disclosure from Councillor Lockie, seconded by Councillor De Cruz. All those in favour? Against? Declare that carried unanimously, I presume. Can I ask everyone to please join me in a moment of quiet contemplation? Thank you, councillors. We'll move on to the confirmation of minutes of the meeting of the 13th of October. Is there any clarifications or corrections to those minutes? No? Councillor Stamoulis, will you move their adoption?
I'll move those.
Seconded by Councillor Hesse. All those in favour? Against? Declare that carried unanimously. That brings us to the public forum. Now, I believe we only have one registered speaker, so this should be the briefest public forum ever. That speaker is Mr. James McDonald, who's speaking to item 1.
We do have another speaker, Mr. Mayor, one other.
Oh, okay. What item's that on, councillor? Because I'm just going off the documentation that's been provided by the council officers.
That would be, now a note went through, and it's the notice of motion on monitoring.
Right. And who's that registered speaker, Councillor Stamoulis?
Moira Sheehan.
Okay. Is Moira on the call? Anyway, okay, I'll take your word for it, and I'll come to that. But either way, the first item would be item 1, James McDonald of St Peters, speaking in regards to Tempe Reserve Plan of Management. James, are you there? Hello, James, are you there? Catherine, do you know if either Mr. McDonald or Ms. Sheehan are on the call to be able to make their contributions?
Mayor, James is not in the call yet, but Ms. Sheehan is.
Mayor, hello.
Yes, Councillor Passos.
What minutes did we adopt?
The minutes of the ordinary council meeting of the 13th of October.
I've got here that the minutes of the council meeting on the 22nd of September. Oh, at the top. Okay. So we adopted, right, fair enough, sorry.
No worries, the last ordinary council meeting, that's right. Okay, well, Councillor Stamoulis, if former Mayor Sheehan has registered to speak and she's on the call, then I'll go to Moira. Are you there, Moira? Moira, can you hear me? No worries, the last ordinary council meeting, that's right.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I can hear you.
Well, Councillor Stamoulis, if former Mayor Sheehan has registered to speak and she's on the call. But
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
yeah. Moira, are you there? Can you hear me?
No worries. The last ordinary council meeting. That's right.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I can hear you.
Moira, you'll have to turn the volume
Mr.
on.
Mayor, Mr. Mayor, the speaker has the live stream on. I just asked her to pause the live stream on YouTube so she's able to speak.
Yes. Moira, have you paused the live stream? Hello?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I can hear you.
Moira, you'll have to turn the volume
Mr.
on.
Mayor,
I've
Mr.
done
Mayor,
that.
the speaker has the
Hello?
You'll have to unmute, Moira. Unmute.
Muted. I've unmuted.
Hello?
I unmuted. I unmuted.
Moira, you'll have to turn the volume
Mr.
on.
Mayor,
And the volume
Mr. Mayor,
is
the speaker has the
And Moira, turn the bloody live stream off. Sorry.
sorry, I
Moira, turn the bloody live stream off so we can hear
You'll
that.
have to unmute, Moira.
did.
Unmute.
I unmuted.
Hello?
I'm unmuted.
I unmuted.
I'm
Moira,
unmuted.
you'll have to turn the volume
Mr. Mayor,
And the
Mr.
volume
Mayor,
is
the
Catherine, can I ask you to...
Welcome to Zoom.
Catherine, can I ask you to just mute Moira and liaise with her and we'll have to come back to her when we get an opportunity. We can't go on indefinitely with all that feedback and without dealing with any business. So could I just ask you to undertake that, Catherine, and we'll move on with the rest of the agenda?
yes.
Thank you very much. Is Mr. McDonald on the call now, Catherine?
Not that I
Hello?
can see, Mayor.
Can't go on indefinitely with all that
sorry,
feedback
I've done
without
it
dealing
already
with any
twice.
business. So could I just ask you to undertake? All right, I'm thinking about adjourning the meeting so that I can have a good lie down, and we're only 5 minutes in and we haven't actually dealt with anything yet. So let's hope it improves from here. Councillors, there are a number of mayoral minutes tonight, but the first of which has been circulated this afternoon, is about a staffing matter and so is required to be dealt with in confidential session. So I'm going to move that we go into confidential session. Is there a seconder for that motion?
Seconded, Councillor Macri.
By Councillor Macri. All those in favour? Against? Declare that carried unanimously. So I'll just give Catherine a moment to be able to take us off of the public live stream. And Catherine, if you could let me know once we've gone into confidential session.
Will do.
What item are we looking at? Sorry.
Item 20.